good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night to anybody out there watching Speed Gaming at this late hour on this Friday or this Saturday. We are going to have a League Swordless match for you tonight from the Invitational League. Don't forget to track us, showing us Flip Heel, Rando Toddlers showing us Vextifer, and neither runner showing us what a sword looks like tonight. Hi everybody, welcome to the Link to the Past Randomizer League. I'm Zeruvi, and joining me tonight is Brewers fan JP. JP, how are we feeling about this week so far?
Well, I'm sorry, this music's putting me to sleep.
Oh. Oh, we are to want to talk about Friday Night Lights. Friday Night Lights out. It is 23:15 at the Eastern Time Zone. That's 11:15 for those of you who don't speak 24-hour. We are doing some late night rando racing tonight.
But yeah, well, if you saw my race yesterday, you'll know how I feel about that. But overall, I like this mode. You know, I like swordless. I think it's a nice challenge to not have to be able to use your sword. And, you know, this is going to be a good match. I think both these teams still fighting. I think Rando Tyler's on the brink of probably being out of the playoff race. Don't forget to track us, still trying to build their selves up a bit. We'll see where this one goes.
And some out of the gate divergence here. We get a Link's House to Uncle start at an increasingly traditional Sanctuary start for certain modes. The one thing you might want to have an eye on in this mode is, of course, our runners are not going to see any sword replaced in the item pool by a green 20. The other thing is, if we see a bow, we'll also see silver arrows, so that could be either something we find much later, or something that comes out to be the most welcome form of offense early on.
I got 8 bombs from the tier 1 tree pool, so Vextifer could go straight into escape.
Absolutely, bomb escape, and some extra freebies from Uncle himself. And we're going to see 10 bombs for Flip Hill. He's probably happy to see those too.
I'm not going to do escape, just going to check Uncle, which is fine.
Yeah, Kakariko is where the real density happens to be, so that's probably where we'll go first. I did not happen to see what was sitting on Lumberjack.
I didn't either. I think it was just slightly off our screen.
Or he just saw one pixel and that's all you need to see.
I mean, maybe.
Alrighty, so I guess Vex is not going to give us a second look there, and it's not something you necessarily have to look at. A lot of runners will wait till they have at least the boots and maybe a lamp, before they have a gander. And you might expect this from Flip Heel, but he's saying heck no to that shield.
Yeah. I think most runners do, if they can avoid it. Sounds like the MSU... Oh, I think Vex decided he wanted it.
Especially when you have a situation like being stuck doing a hammer blind fight, having 2 shields is really not something that you would unwelcome, to use an intentional double negative here. Of course, that means you have to find one and pick one up in the first place to have a shot at having 2.
Yeah, Blind is one of the fights that is definitely good against, so we'll see if he finds second. Meanwhile, we'll see in Blind's hut. More bombs. A replaced sword. A single arrow. And more bombs.
Oh, the value.
And more arrows.
Man, what kind of a thief was Blind anyway?
He was an armory thief, except he just got ammunition.
Yeah, you should probably look at what you're stealing there, Blind, before you call it treasure. Anywho, we have more checks to have a gander at here in Kakariko Well. This is the most easy bit of density you can have a gander at this early on. Oh man, you go so far out of your way, and it just says, well, too bad. And that's the only thing of value in here is a shield.
Our quotation marks around the value.
Pretty sure I saw a Crystal Eastern and a pendant, though I did not catch the color on Desert, and I have no idea what Hera's prize was, because my eyes only move so fast.
I saw crystals on Eastern and Hera, and the pendant at Desert looked green, but I'm not sure on that.
And that is why we have Akir in the background tracking for us tonight. Because I bet you he can see a lot better than I can, with or without my glasses on. This is one heck of an empty Kakariko. This is a ghost town, JP.
Yeah, this is one of the most empty Kakarikos I've seen in a long time. Jeez.
My goodness. There is nothing here. Yeah, one shot left. That's the race game item.
Yeah, at this point, I might just go blind for race game because I've seen nothing else. I mean, I know it's usually faster to peak first, but like, there's absolutely nothing. I might just go for it. Let's see. Flip Heel's gonna check, and it is a rod. I could definitely see that was a rod.
Yes, but I didn't see what color rod, although I think maybe red. And we're being told it's the ice rod by our tracker, so that is absolutely the ice rod we see on Vex's screen. And absolutely the green pendant we see on Vex's screen.
Okay, so ice rod won't help you for, well, it can help you right now, but it's something of Kakariko.
I mean, if nothing else, the ice rod gives you a free one-shot kill on blue guards doing the front of escape.
That's true. But yeah, so barren right now. Are the goods in South Shore?
Well,
looks like Flip's gonna go for escape.
I mean, can you really blame him? He knows he's going to have full bombs after this, so why not? So while we have a quick moment, let's just recap how this division is stacking up. These two teams, of course. 12 points for Don't Forget to Track Us, 9 points for Rando Toddlers. Both a couple games up from the bottom of the division. Of course, the top is currently shared by Bottles on Empty and Divine Beastie Boys at 24 points apiece. And it's just kind of the big gaps between 24 and 12, 12 and 9, and then, of course, Oops All Foxes and 2 Pearl down with 6 and 3. So things could really tighten up in these last couple of weeks. Every game kind of matters. Every point really makes a difference here. And we are going to see, it looks like, Hyrule Castle from Flip Heel and South Shore from Vextifer, which is a good piece of divergence as well. Mini Moleworm Cave having 5 items for us.
Now, looking at those standings, Rando Toddlers definitely need this win to stay in the playoff hunts. Because if they take this loss, they're probably out of it. And yeah, Don't Forget to Track Us just wants to stay in that 4th spot right now.
Yeah, those of you unfamiliar with the standings for playoff contention, you need to be one of the top 4 teams in the Invitational League to get an invite to the post-week scenario. And the bottom team, of course, will get relegated back to playing in the Open League in the following season, Season 6. Of course, we still have a couple more weeks to think about here before we can talk about who's who. Next, for deciding to go to Agina first. This is a good split of route that we might have seen just to make sure that that often escapable Agina check is something you get off the table sooner than later. Just on the off chance your opponent doesn't go for it, and it might be something you need. Oh my goodness. A glove. How about that?
That's something.
So we did have a prediction going on in chat as we were getting up to race time. We had put out there, what do you think our runners were going to see first? And we had 3 options. You could have said a bow and silvers, you could have said a hammer, or you could have said a glove. So anyone who predicted glove with your channel points, congratulations.
Looks like, yeah, that's 46,000 points to to 7 people. And let's see if that glove leads to anything right away. There's a Moon Pearl. And a mirror too.
We got them all. It's great. You know that means Flip is going to be stuck with a shield, right? No matter what he does,
Yeah.
he's going to have 2 shields. I can still see him standing in front of a picket just to have that shield eaten.
I've kind of done. I've never actually waited in front of a picket to try to get it eaten, but I've definitely walked close to them and said, and like, occasionally they'll take it, and I'm like, oh, that sucks. So, oh well.
That's the other thing that Glove is blocking right now, as far as we know, the Moon Pearl at the very least in logic, unless we see a fire source of some kind coming up here. But even then, you're not going to be able to get back there and get it, because the key was in the back of Escape.
Yep, exactly. Q is in the back, so that glove blocks the Moon Pearl.
That's kind of a big edge for Vextifer right now, and something that Flip may actually be headed in the direction of, depending on which way he turns coming out of the well or the dam here. He is going to pick up these bombs, and do you go left or right? We're going to join us at MMC here, so that is not a glove that Flip will be getting. Now, I think the best thing that Don't Forget to Track Us might want to see right now is the other glove, which would tell us here at home that we have Dark World access, but it would allow Flip to get his Moon Pearl at the very least.
Well, we already have Dark World access because Vextifer found a hammer in Mini Moldorm Cave.
That is true, that is true. Which is, you know, you were now wondering whether or not that glove could potentially be mitts for Flip Heel. Because it really depends on where the other glove happens to land. Question from chat asking, where was the Moon Pearl? It is in the back of Escape, along with the small key to Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, Flippeel's already done the front of Escape, so he cannot sequence break that back now.
And I think Flippeel's going to be pretty happy to see the hammer regardless here. Although we'll probably see the eastern area coming from him after this 20 rupees and Ice Rod cave check. The other question chat's asking was, where was that glove? In case you missed it, glove was in Agina's cave. Vextifer decided to split his route going left from the dam, and Flip decided to go straight right.
Yeah, Vextifer first into Dark World, gonna go straight for Hype Cave.
You know, as one does.
Yeah, usually with Hammer, you could go straight to Theme Sound and beat it, but we'll see if anything comes up in Hype Cave to maybe send you another direction.
The other thing you might consider right now is your 4 hearts green mail, not much by way of safety, not much else to really tug you in any one direction, and we haven't peeked at our map yet. There's a hook shot. That's a good piece of equipment to have.
Yeah, that is nice. And you also make a good point with the safeties right now. They don't have that much as Vex is going to refill his bombs.
Yeah, we have one bottle. It came with a good old regular bee in it, so we can fill that bottle with a potion. And then what? You would be able to fill 5 hearts. And Dark World Link green mail takes a lot of damage.
Yep.
I do mean a lot of damage.
So yeah, there's definitely in some of these seeds a risk-reward type of mentality you got to go after, as we see stun price of red rupees. You want to definitely wait for a little more safety, but at the same time, if you wait too long, you might find yourself falling behind.
Yeah, Flip Hill will show us the eastern area here. It's something that might take Vextifer a little while to get back to, so if the other glove's over here, then we could be talking about flipping the mitts, so to speak. Well, speaking of safety, there is a mail upgrade. At the very least, that's nice to have. Sitting at 4 hearts, you'd rather not accidentally bump into something and pretty much be a sneeze from death.
With this MSU, this is really nice late night music, kind of a little too chill almost for Rando.
Alright, nothing on the south side of the Dark World here for us, and instead of you know, walking a long way back, we're going to see a Sank spawn from Vex. We're going to see Village of Outcasts in more likelihood here. Did we have a Dark World map check yet?
We have not.
Huh, so we're flying blind right now.
Looks like Vex is going to go into the Village of Outcasts area. Wondering if he might go up the mountain instead, but no, gonna stay in Logic for now.
Yeah, it's reasonable, even if you go up the mountain. There's a lot that you can get punished by doing so early. Remembering the sick kid check's actually a pretty good idea.
It's the red rupee. So yeah, in this situation for Vex, he's got Thieves Town we can do on 6 hearts with the hammer. Little scary, but it is an option. We don't know yet if it's a crystal or pendant, though.
You could very well dive the front of Skullwoods looking for any form of progression, and you never know, sometimes Skullwoods definitely has exactly what you're looking for, and sometimes it's got 2 items in back, come back with a fire rod, please.
Now, it's looking like Flip Heel may get funneled into that glove sooner rather than later.
Yeah, unfortunately, that would be right there, that big chest, making Agina his logical last location right now.
Yeah, definitely good to keep that in mind, that at this point you know Agina's got to have something. And so you don't want to put it off too long, even if you do find something in this chest.
He also has the other check he can make is Sick Kid, which that's not exactly high on the list either. I am really glad those Gibdos did not find a way to sneak behind the statue there on Vextifer.
The map for Vex to start. Let's see what Flip Heel finds in this chest. Just potion money, or Zora money, or pod money.
Or petty cash. It's just sitting there, cold hard cash. There's our map check. We have pendants on Mire and Thieves Town. Skullwoods being our 5-6 along with Pod. So that Ice Rod is going to be necessary tonight. Now we can't say that Kakariko was empty.
That's a little tough. Now you gotta decide if you want to dip Thieves Town or not when you get there. You might be a little less inclined to at this point.
Whether or not... Oh, go ahead.
So you see Vex trying to set this bomb jump.
That one looks good. We're gonna see that, and this is the last check he can make in Skull Woods. Oh, maybe not the last check. I don't think he's gone left yet.
No, I don't think he has.
So, I mean, that kind of had to be a key then, didn't it? I mean, maybe not necessarily, but... There are 3 keys in this dungeon. You're gonna find one eventually.
I think you've seen 2 of them so far. This Flip Heel gets his glove. There's the first item. Let's see what's in this next chest. We haven't seen the map. The second item. I think there's... Or the last key. Oh, it's the second item. It's Bombos. So that's both items out of the front of Skullwoods. But this is a red crystal.
Right, so we will be coming back. That Bombos will possibly be necessary for the Turtle Rock entrance later on. We also have Quake in knowledge here from Flip Hill's side over in the eastern area. No bomb? I'm surprised.
Now, I haven't been paying attention, but does Dark Cross have an item?
I think that really depends. Did we see the map from Flip Heel going through the front of Escape? Because I know it's not in the back.
I don't know if we did. Our tracker's saying he wants to say it's map, so we'll trust him.
I mean, if he says it's map, I have no reason not to believe him. He's been tracking longer than I've been playing Rando. There you go. Again, talking about that safety issue, swordless is not exactly the most punishing mode, because at least it funnels you into having a weapon that does tempered sword damage. But this hammer has a really funny feeling hitbox, and puts you in harm's way with a lot of NPCs and bosses and all that. So, we're up to 7 hearts now, but still green mail, so pretty much every attack from Blind is going to do 2 hearts of damage. Any hug from the Zazex is going to do 2 hearts of damage. And a lot of these overworld enemies, the Snapdragons and the Hinoxes, will do 3. And that is not exactly comfortable.
So, Vex grabbing that red potion makes me think he's gonna do all of Thieves Town, but we'll have to see.
Like
it could have just been a safety for safety's sake.
It could be, especially right now when you don't have a lot that you can dive, and you still don't have fire, so if you end up doing pod in the dark instead of staying in logic for any reason, there's plenty of things that could go wrong here. Of course, if Thieves Town shows you 4 dungeon items in front, then you're clearly inclined to finish the back.
There's some nice money. I always want to joke and say, what if we see 4 non-dungeon items in the front? But that would likely mean a broken seed.
Yeah, it would be like, how do you get the item on the pedestal if you don't have the Thieves Town big key? I thought this said 100% accessibility.
Okay, I don't think... Well, I think this is technically 100% items, not 100% accessibility.
Alright, so we got a split 50-50. 2 items front, 2 items back. Looks like Vex is probably going to go for the Death Warp. Nope. He went to Hook, so he's going for it. We're clearing Thieves Town.
Which, I don't blame him right now. Like, he's already cleared out the south part. He's done pretty much all he can. Like, your choices are either climb a mountain out of logic, go to pod that you can't finish, or do this.
I mean, if pod is the wrong call, too, because this mode only places 1 bow, there's only so much merit to breaking the right side of pod. And thus the back if it happens to be bow locked. The other 2 checks, of course, we could have a gander at are on the Pyramid Ledge itself and at Catfish, and of course, having no boots in the situation we're in, those are some pretty long walks.
Oh, I'm starting wondering what we're gonna find next. Lamp, a flute, maybe a mirror. What else could we find? I think it sounds like a good prediction time.
Yeah, I like the idea of a flute here to put you on the mountain. Mirror would be kind of spicy, though, because it gives you a few things to look at. Graveyard Ledge, K45. Provided flippers show up somewhere, like on Catfish, you could have entirety of Swamp Palace open. There's one more item left in here, so we have the distinct possibility of an item on the big chest if this maiden chest has the key. If it is not the key, then we'll know the item's on blind unless this is the item itself.
Mitts, okay.
French vanilla mitts in Thieves Town. You'll love to see it.
That does it actually do that much for us right now? I don't think it actually does anything for us logically right now. You don't have a key, Vex.
Yeah, you don't want the map anyway, Vex. Just go kill blind. Well, I mean, that would be the key, actually, because blind cannot have a key. Either way here. So, oh, that mint location's potentially really game-changing here. That's an easy last location.
Yeah, like I said, like myths don't really do much right now, at least not logically. You could break logic and go up the mountain, but I don't think those do anything for us within logic, at least.
No, right now I think the most that does is Peg Cave Smith Chain, and isn't that it? Just 3 checks off the myths off the bat right now?
I think so, yeah. Peg Cave, Smith Chain, Purple Chest, that's it. There was a sword on blind.
Oh, lovely.
So let's see what Vex decides to do. He's staying in Dark World. Looks like it's gonna be a Smith Chain play.
Definitely not something to put off, I guess, when you don't have much left by way of logic.
Well, this is where it starts to feel a little rough when you gotta do so much walking. Hey, Flapio's got the same idea. He's gonna go pick up a potion. Trying to make good use of that hookshot to move around a little faster. But it feels bad when you miss and you just have to stand there for a second waiting for the hookshot to retract.
Yeah, there's so much more swift motion you can have with the hookshot, but it also costs you equally as much time when you don't get the move you want. And that's a flute sitting on the smith, so how about that? We're going to the mountain anyway.
Many points for that. Not many points for that prediction, but hey, enjoy your points for who did put some points into it. But yeah, as much as I disparaged those myths, they immediately led to progression.
You think Flip, knowing his other option is, you know, Pyramid Pod Catfish, he goes through the back of thieves here?
It'll be interesting to see. Oh, Vex is not going to flute away. He's going to continue with the Smith Chain.
Oh, this is reasonable, I think. You've already started the Smith Chain. You might as well finish it off. Plus, you can just flute away from the Purple Chest turn-in anyway.
Alright, that's the front, and Flip is continuing on.
Yeah, this is actually really good for Flip Heel. He's going to get his mitts in just a couple minutes, and again, fairly linear thus far. And there's really not much that the mitts are going to push him towards. He's going to be going ahead to probably chase Vexter for his footprints here.
Let's see, I just got a red rupee under the pegs. There's another save equip for Vex.
I have a hard time believing Vex will do anything that isn't go up the mountain after this purple chest turn-in.
Yeah, same. Too much density up there. Unless this purple chest ends up being like bow. If it's bow, then maybe he goes to pod instead.
No, but it does finish our coin collection, so now we know we can get into both the Pendant Mire and the Crystal Thieves. Turtle Rock, here we go! getting Turtles and Thieves backwards again.
And Vex makes us both look bad as he just decides to go to Meyer.
I mean, this is reasonable. It's 2 more checks made in logic with the mitts and the flute, and it's the save and quit terminus. If Mirror's just here, by the way, then it's gravy. It's a bombos to enter Meyer. Not that you really want to enter Pendant Meyer.
Nice blue boomerang and half magic, okay.
And so if nothing else, the half magic is a nice thing to have, again, for just convenience item. Good for having a decent amount of offense with the fire rod. There's mitts for flip heal.
And here's the mountain climb. After a minute in the dark. The flip heel is complaining about those shields, and he's already blocked a fireball with it. He's blocked a couple fireballs.
Yeah, luckily, if you've done this a few times, a couple of fireballs is nothing. But having them blocked nonetheless is much more comfortable than that burning sensation when they hit you. We can... Oh, there's the bug net. That is something that some players might be very happy to pick up, or...
They're definitely going to have the opportunity to, since Swamp is a crystal. The question is just when. And honestly, even if you don't get that before GT, like on my way up to Ganon's Tower, I might take the longer route just to grab that. Now, Flippeel's on the right track. If he picks up the Smith, he'll get to the flutes.
I mean, I feel like in this situation it'd be really hard to miss the flute.
You were saying?
Yeah, I was in fact saying something at all, and I'm not happy about it. Where we going, Flip? Where we going?
I think he's gonna take North Route to Catfish.
Why would you current jump to Catfish in this situation? I mean, you might be just checking the bumper ledge to see if there's an item that you necessarily need here. It's just another bottle, so that's not doing for us here. But you just...
Well, I don't think there was anything of note in that Paradox Cave.
Yeah, I'm saying, yeah, no. You do go over to Hera in this situation, I feel like. You kind of have to.
Yeah, you absolutely do.
Because Mirror and Hera is just awful. So I don't really get this from Flip. I get that this is a faster way to really get to... Is it, though? You're walking to Catfish from Village of Outcasts when you could be walking to Catfish from a logical pyramid check?
Well, I mean, this way he could go do Pyramid into Pod.
Well, yeah. It's... Oh, boy. Mirrorless Smiths feels bad. We've already seen in previous races this past week, and any time you've ever played Open or Standard or any mode that Mitz is like, oh, go do Smith Chain. No, it doesn't tell you go do Smith Chain. It says stay away from Smith Chain unless you have a mirror. Watch, the Catfish just give you a mirror. I'd be so mad. Okay. You did get the big key for Hera just sitting there in the map chest, so Vex is going to go ahead and get that bomb Hera pot out of the way, and up we go. Now, 2 items in here.
I will point out one thing. Even though Flip's going to miss the flute for now, it's not necessarily required. With Meyer being a pendant, if we find a book, Flip may never need to find that flute.
That's true, but I mean, that's very true. It really depends on whether or not you see the book or the flute first. Not the flute. We know where the flute is. The book or the mirror. Oh my goodness. Hi, it's going on Midnight Eastern. How's everyone doing?
Oh, his teammate Pretty Long just confirmed something. We don't even need the book. Desert's a pendant. Meyer's a pendant.
See, what are we having this conversation? What's this conversation for anyway?
So right now, flute is just nice movement, which you won't turn down, but it's not gonna destroy your seed.
And we don't have a fire source. Thanks, game.
Now, I wasn't counting if there's an item in the basement or not. I know we saw one in the mold or the cage. But either way, it doesn't matter. You can't check the basement. Our tracker does confirm there is an item in the basement.
Yeah, we saw a dungeon item, and I know the big chest had a map. Did we get 2 items? What was the other item if we had the item in the compass chest? Doesn't matter, no fire. That's fair. That's fair. And that's what I was laughing about.
The item was in the first one you checked, basically.
I didn't see what it was.
It was a heart container.
Oh, it was a heart container. Okay, so we're done with Hera. Just done.
Is there... I don't remember if there's an item in that compass chest, though.
There was an item in the compass chest.
Okay, then. Never mind. We were having a discussion about the basement of Hera for nothing. Oh, there's the mirror!
We're being... Oh, that is one of the things that we absolutely needed. We're being reminded that it's almost Midnight Eastern. And it's not even bow-locked. Oh, no. Geez, that's actually pretty good for Vex. Except for this part, where you walk into the shop instead of Super Bunny Cave.
You'll need quite a bit. Need a bow, need a fire rod, need a skein of Samaria, need flippers. We're still far away from go mode. Well, there's the lamp, so the flute was our logical access up here.
That's one of the reasons I like to break up the mountain at earlier points. Because then it can tell me whether or not I'm looking for a flute down below or a lamp down below.
It is good information, as we see Ether on TR. Ether was in purple chest.
Yeah, Ether, oh boy. Okay, I mean, depending on whether or not Flip just chases that flute, I think it'd be really hard to not just take the purple chest and flute away with it. Oh.
Yeah, chat confirming. Yeah, full smith chain is required. You have... Well, I guess you don't technically have to pick up the flute, but you're going to. Like, who skips that?
And right now, that flute's our access to Pendant Desert or items surrounding, such as Checkerboard Cave could have something too.
Well, there's something for Flip. We found Samaria.
Yeah, that's pretty important. I'd say it's required even. And we are going to pod.
Yep, Vex is going to pick that up shortly.
Samaria, probably something you wish you had going up the mountain in the first place. Could have at least dove into TR. Fire rodless. For the very so lovely rare fire rod in the front of TR. Or, you know, the perfect key layout that puts it on Laser Bridge. And because we haven't seen the eastern area yet, we're going to see a couple checks over here.
No, flip check these.
Right. I mean, Vex is mirroring back because he has not been here yet. So
Yes.
we'll have a full coin collection and some... So this is the fun right now, is the run-through pod without a bow. Bow could absolutely be in this Palace of Darkness.
So I think Flip is gonna know to go do Smith Chain, because he hasn't found anything... Well, I guess if he's gambling on just fluting or lamping on the Smith Chain, then he might not do that right away.
Yeah, what else does he have other than just drilling up the mountain with nothing? Doesn't appear there's anything in here anyway, so we might have to go elsewhere. You know, we do have Desert and Checkerboard we could have a look at with the Flute Mitts mirror combination.
Let's see if Flip just climbs the mountain. Yep, he's gonna just climb the mountain. And I kind of this makes sense. You know, if you know Meyer is a pendant, and you don't necessarily need either lamp or flute in the seed, you might just take the risk that Smith Chain has nothing else on it if you've basically limited it down to that at this point, and just accept that you're gonna miss whatever is there.
I mean, it could just be that like you said, the flute might not actually be required, but then the question is, where's their progression?
Well, we do have the first chest of TR, potentially. So, technically, you'd have to get the flute to get that. Yeah, I kind of agree with what you're saying, yeah. More and more likely that that flute is going to lead you to something. Maybe to mirror into desert area to get an item.
Yeah, desert area, or even Meyer itself, with chat contemplating. Meyer is in logic to clear with this item set.
It is.
And if Desert's not boost locked, you know what's potentially in logic right now? Chat, don't say it.
I think chat's good. They didn't say it.
Thank you, Purdy Wong. Yes, Saha is very much in logic if Desert's not boots locked. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have much else to think about, but we have plenty to think about. You've already cleared one pendant. Might as well clear as many as you can, right? You gotta get the best high scores, but are we going for golf scores, right? Is 7 over or under par here?
I don't know.
Okay, Flip's gonna get his whole lot of nothing up here.
I will say though, Meyer and Swordless taking on Viddy without a bow. Oh, that is a really rough fight.
Yeah, you're not even kidding. And especially, you know, because of how Swordless works. Normally, if you're fighting Vitreous and you've got some sort of safety, say you've got a Cane of Burna or a Cape, that's active in the Y button slot, and you can just slash your sword with B. Well, unfortunately, the hammer's too heavy to be swung with the B button. So it takes up a Y item slot. Which means you can't be doing your best Thor impression with the hammer while under the guise of an invincibility cloak.
So Vex is mirroring out. I gotta imagine he's gonna do Eastern now.
Yeah, I feel like Eastern possibly not. I guess not. Eastern being Sphere 1, I would be more tempted. But knowing you have to come back with a bow to clear it anyway, perhaps not on your list of things to do here.
What is on his mind, though?
K45?
We haven't seen that, yeah. K45 Graveyard Ledge.
I mean, no books, so no bombos, no flippers, so no swamp. This has to be K45. It is exactly what it is.
Well, this is an option.
I mean, it's one of the less attractive options, I would say. The other one being Graveyard Ledge without boots to clean up the other checks. This was nothing, but we'll happily take more HP.
After 1 to 3 more pickups.
You know, hammer-only Hammer Vidi is... it's scary.
Yeah, if I'm facing the possibility of a Hammer Vidi, actually considering my rupee situation, I might consider visit the Capacity Fairy.
A Capacity Fairy to throw some extra bombs. Not having a bow, of course, bow would also be silver, so you wouldn't be having that conversation here. The other thing I'm thinking about here is if you've got a bottle and you can catch a fairy, which we can get that bug net. Don't know what's dropping fairies as of yet, though. You just sit in the goo and let the iframes do the work for you while you pound away.
Well, we do know what bug net is.
Yeah, at the very least. We don't know where powder is, though.
But the, Vex also might be going for another place that we haven't thought about. Zora.
Yeah, that's true. That Zora has been in logic with the... Oh, we're going to do the front of escape first, which, you know, this is a good piece of routing with the mirror. Unfortunately, there is nothing here for Vex to pick up that would actually give him any kind of advantage.
So basically, this is just time for Flip Heel to get back.
And the question now is it Zora?
Zora, Graveyard Ledge, Pendant Deserts, Checkerboard Cave, Pendant Mire. First chest of Turtle Rock. You don't...
Turtle Rock.
I mean, we know it's technically in logic. Though neither runner has... I mean, Vexter has what it would take to get in now, but you don't want to go back up there.
Oh yeah, because Flip doesn't have Ether, because that's just sitting in the purple chest. Oh boy. And Vex is just gonna find a whole lot of nothing, and I would imagine he walks to Catfish, and then what? Is that an Ice Rod turn? Wow.
He walks to Catfish, then he'll mirror for Zora.
Yeah, you mirror for Zora. You don't have a way to... I mean, you do have a way to splash delete with this gear. So it could just be if you find something you see on the ledge, you pick that up too.
Flip's about to get his information that it was Flute intended to get up here.
Yep, that right there spells it for him. He'll know now that there's a flute out there. I might need to go pick that up. He's gonna know where it is too, because it's the only thing he hasn't done. And it's going to be a lot nicer with that mirror, as Tracker is pointing out in chat. Yeah, we'll see Keen of Samaria possibly put to use here. He saved a portal, right? and then just came back in? He hasn't even looked at the TR entrance yet?
Think so. Oh, you know what else we got? We got Spike Cave.
Yeah, we also have Spike Cave. Yes, we do have Half Magic is known because of Mire Shed, and we have a cape. So it is very logical. We're also doing this Graveyard Ledge I talked about earlier that, you know, is probably the last place you'll ever want to look for anything.
Flip's gonna grab the bug net too while he's over here.
Yeah, that's reasonable. Bugnet's a pretty powerful item in a mode where having a fairy is a godsend. It also is the only other way you can deflect attacks from Aghanim. The other being the hammer in this situation.
Vex is probably gonna go check the bumper ledge. Oh, he does have cape. Makes sense. Okay. I was gonna say it kind of seems out of the way, but he has cape. That makes sense.
Well, it's not the Spike Cave either. Huh.
We are running low on options.
I mean,
Is Vex thinking about picking that up? No. Oh, he's gonna check Lumberjack. We have no... So we saw this... Flip, he'll check this, but we didn't see what it was.
yeah, so something in Mire or Desert has to be our logical answer right now. And it's just $20. So he probably saw the bottom couple pixels of that rupee and said, nope.
Okay. Yeah, Smith... looks like Flip Heel's going to do Smith Chain. Yeah, we got Pendant Desert, Pendant Mire, Checkerboard, Zora, and Friend of TR. And I guess technically the place we shall not mention.
I wasn't going to mention it. What'd you do that for? Okay, so where is Vex? Oh, is Vex thinking Zora right now? Are we walking all the way back to Catfish Zora?
Yeah, he's saying Catfish Zora.
And we get to see the, there's just something that strikes me kind of off about seeing a non-required Kern jump. Twice. I know, I get it, it's faster, but come on, man.
I mean, Chet also... Sorry, Chet just brought up something else. You could sequence break Ice Palace.
Well, you could. I'm making a face right now. I wouldn't want to do that. Ew. I mean, it's a crystal. You have to do it, but ew.
I mean, it is crystal. It's fully clearable. You might find one of your items needed there. But yeah, we're gonna get a Zora check.
We're gonna see a splash delete for Waterfall first. Ooh. Oh, very nicely done.
He's been picking up part pieces. Just saying.
See, Waterfall has nothing for us. We are going to get a free bottle refill, and this one happens to have blue goo is really nice to have.
With this Ether Medine, these runners are pretty much even right now.
Yeah, we're not check for check, but we have the exact same key item loadout right at the moment. And that is not something we'll ever need off of the Zora ledge, so we get to pay the big fish. And then what?
Depends what the big fish has. I guess you can also walk back to do Hobo, but I think you'd just be better to save and quit and save and quit Flute Tape for that. Not Zora.
It's not Zora. Okay, well, we gotta pick it up anyway. Yeah, it's Mire or Desert. Or is Flip thinking Ice Palace? I think he is.
I think he is, yeah. Or no, it looks... Yep, Ice Palace.
Yeah, that is way too severe an angle to not be Ice Palace now. So we know we need to do this eventually. It is a crystal. It is full clearable. It's just not going to have our inline logic. It could have our bow for all we know. It could just be flippers on right side desert for all we know.
I'm fine with this as long as you remember whatever you get here is locked behind flippers, so don't necessarily follow it.
Yeah, right. I mean, you get a bow, you're still going to follow it into 2 required crystals, but it's a very important thing to realize, hey, I shouldn't have this right now.
That was nothing in checkerboard, so I think we've just got dungeon checks at this point. Pendant, Desert Pendant Mire, part of TR.
Yeah, it's 1 or more checks in TR, and possibly the entirety of these 2 pendants, and maybe the Fabled check, but probably not. It never is until it is.
And we got a torch check. That's nothing except a sword that's been reforged into rupees on the torch fire. Oh, Fire Rod and Ice Palace.
Of course it is. Yeah, that gives Flippy full clearable to TR2. I mean, he's gonna know not to chase that Fire Rod. And Vex is probably just gonna find flippers in a moment here.
There's Big Key.
I don't know if I like going back in for this big chest. Although, I mean, it's green pendants. You're going to want to go kill Ammo anyway. Why not just go kill Ammo?
That's a good point.
Yeah, the item's on Lambo anyway, so I feel like you just go... You take that 50-50, especially with the green pendant on the boss anyhow. So, are we... Yeah, we're going for it.
Yeah. Your other option is to basically go into Mire at this point. Yeah, chat talking about what can be in TR. A good point was brought up earlier that TR cannot have bow because Samaria was bow locked in pod. Probably won't have flippers, based on where the fire rod was.
I mean, it can still have the flippers. It's just a very low percentage chance of it being that way. I did not realize you could hook to that. I'm sorry?
I didn't either.
What exactly did we hook onto?
I have no idea. Like that, I have not seen that before.
Oh, yeah, bow can't be in TR because the Samaria was on the bow lock side of pod, right?
Yeah, Samaria's on both lock side of pod, so...
Here's a shovel, if you want to dig around for more things to make fun of.
Our container out of desert, but that is the green pendant. So we're down to Mire, green pendant, turn in front of TR. And the other.
The place that shall not be named.
Yeah, go turn in that green pendant immediately. I think we've seen all 3 items out of ice, so there's nothing on cold stare, but you gotta still take him down. I'm kind of surprised that Vex went back to Dark World to check this.
He might be thinking... I'm really not sure what he's thinking.
I was gonna say, he might be thinking Eastern, but why would you go to Dark World for that?
Yeah, is this a faster way to get up here?
Or
Vex, where are you going? Did you know you could mirror from that little first hidey hole in the hedges, and you are only a couple paces from where you just were? Oh my god, the bow was on green pendant! Oh no! So Samaria's in logic. And now the Armos Knight's kill is in logic. Do Armos have an item?
I don't remember. No, I think we got all 3 out of Eastern.
Okay, so it's just a crystal, and it's not even a 5/6 crystal. So Flippers can't be in Pyramid Fairy. And I'm at a loss right now. I mean,
what's our situation in Pod? Is Helma have an item? Now Flippio's on the right track potentially, but the question is, does he do Maya or Deserts?
He could very well just go into Mire first. He knows it's clearable. But Desert's got the green pendant, so that's where the attraction is. It's,
he hasn't checked.
If you can clear it, you just clear it.
He has not checked the shed yet, though.
Anyway, happy 1 hour, everybody, and to those of you on the East Coast USA, happy Saturday. You're watching League to the Past Randomizer League Invitational of Season 5. This is Flip Heel versus Vextifer. Don't forget to track us with 12 points coming in, Rando Toddlers with 9. Zeruvian on the call with Brewers fan JP. Ike here in tracking. Make sure you give these 2 runners a follow today, and the respective teams, and our Speed Gaming network of channels 1 through 6, and also some foreign language if you happen to be fluent in another non-English language and would like to hear it in your native tongue.
I think that was an excellent station break. Alright, Flippio's going into Desert, so he's got to finish this and turn in the green pendant.
Question is, does he turn in the green pendant, or does he go straight into Mire first? I mean, if there's an item on Helma and it's Flippers, then that just kind of puts Vex on the track of going into Swamp and Ice. I don't know which one you do first, though. If you're digging around Swamp Palace looking for Fire Rod, you could take extra time.
I'd probably do Ice first, just because with Samaria it's shorter. But let's see. Does Helma have anything? Nope, 300. I think Flippers are either Meyer or Front of TR or the other check.
Which is, I mean, it's kind of unfortunate if you're Vextifer, because you were up on the mountain with the ability to go into TR, except you didn't have the ability to go any further than the front door.
Yeah, he didn't have Samaria at that point. He's going to take out Eastern first, though.
Yeah, reasonable. Get your crystal while you're here, because the walk up here is not fast. Chat asking, have you seen Graveyard Ledge? Yes, we have. It was, I want to say it was a heart piece.
I think you're right. Now, Vextifer does have to full clear Eastern. He has not been in here yet.
Yeah, and remembering he didn't step in here after his first pod trip, comes back here very wisely to realize that despite we playing this game probably hundreds, if not thousands of times, we still want to find the map so that we know where we're going. It's either that or you never check Cannonball and it's like your last location for go mode. So I did Flip doing the same hook. I'm gonna try that later. I've never seen that before. I didn't know you could hook onto anything there.
Yeah, I always just walk diagonal hook the pot. I don't know if that's faster or not. If it is, it's like just a couple frames faster.
Hey, frames are frames when you speedrun this game.
Not true. Alright, there's the green pendant for Flip. The question is, will he go turn that in immediately, or is he going to step into Meyer first?
Yeah, that is the question, because if the answer is just in Mire, then that'll actually put Flip at somewhat of an advantage here, despite having to go get these 2 crystals out of Pod and Eastern after picking up the bow. He does have that Fire Rod out of Ice already.
If he's gonna go turn in this Green Pendant right away, he's gonna get his bow and silvers. So that'll probably send him to do Eastern and Pod as well.
Yeah, which means the great mystery continues here. We still have that shovel that was in Ice Palace that could lead to, I don't know, boots. Anything that isn't the flippers. I mean, what could you possibly want that you don't already have?
Powder?
I suppose powder is a good thing to have. That pretty strong safety piece of. Oh no!
Okay,
Vex has accidentally mirrored.
Yeah, I would say that had to be an accident.
Yeah, it's like he checked the big key chest, and that had to be a reflex mirror. This is a crystal. And, that doesn't feel very good.
Not the worst time loss, but yeah, that hurts. It's probably a 30-45 second time loss.
It's not a be-all, end-all, especially since he has these 2 crystals. Well, he's a pod ahead, but an ice behind. And Ice is not a slow dungeon with the advent of Icebreaker in early 2020. It's the thing is where are these flippers going to turn up? Because that Fire Rod is going to end up being a huge advantage for Flip if the flippers are just in the front of TR. Vex would absolutely go break Ice Palace before he goes up to TR, wouldn't he?
I think so at this point. Yeah, that would be a little bit of a tough call then. Do you... I think you gotta go for Mire then if you find the Fire Rod nice, even knowing it's out of logic. Because some checks in TR are in logic. And that's Vex's fourth... No, that's his 3rd crystal.
No, yeah, it's his 3rd crystal. And this pod will be Flip's 3rd crystal, and Easter would be his 4th. And, I mean, there's one thing the Flippers does guarantee us on this seed, and that's we have a go-modable or Swamp Palace. Oh, we are going up the mountain. Oh boy. Oh no?
Oh, no, that was just an accident.
He probably meant to go to 8.
Or...
okay, never mind. That reflute and think moment on the screen means Vex is trying to stay in logic here. And that's
actually kind of not... Okay, if he's going to Spike Cave, that might make sense.
Yeah, Spike Cave is fine here, because, I mean... If flippers are just in Mire, then this is fine. Because it might be a little bit before Flip Heel goes for that, too. And then he'll still have to do Swamp Palace, but, I mean... He's also just purely has an advantage the longer he has the Fire Rod that Vex doesn't.
Yeah, at this point, you're in Vex's situation. He's flippers and Fire Rod from Go mode. So for him, dipping ice might not be as appealing. We'll see. He's starting at Mountain Cave, which is normal. He's not pulling up the flute.
Yeah.
He's going for TR.
Okay, this is interesting.
So, if flippers are here, I'm trying to think. If flippers are in TR, is that better for Flip or Vex?
I think it's better for Flip Heel here. Because again, if he gets funneled into having to go get the flippers out of TR, he can just go and finish TR, come back, and climb up to GT. Because he's already gone through Ice and picked up the Fire Rod. He can just go kill Mothula whenever. On the other hand, flippers for Vex here in TR would mean he's possibly... I mean, you do Ice first. I feel like you have to do Ice first.
I don't... Actually, the more I think about it is... I don't know if this is that much of a difference, because both of them will have to reclimb the mountain either way if flippers are here. And it's... I guess it depends on how far Vex gets into TR. Like, if he's booted out after one chest, that's not so bad. But yeah, Flip's done with Eastern. That's his 4th crystal. So Flip's kind of in the lead crystal-wise. He's going to TR.
Yeah, and this, again, it's going to be a double dip for Flip Heel here. Not for Vex over here, no matter what. And that's an extra mountain climb on his side.
It's not really an extra mountain climb.
Oh, no, it's not. It's... Oh, there's a key! Oh, no! Don't do this game. Don't do it. Yeah, it's not really an extra mountain climb. If you're coming up here to get progression, and then you're coming back up to finish the dungeon, that's one thing. In this instance, this is actually kind of bad the longer Vex is in here. You'd rather get shut out early, because the deeper you go, the more you have to tread double ground, having to come back to finish it with the crystal later anyway.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Okay, he's out.
Yeah, he gets bailed.
So that means flippers cannot be in TR.
Flippers can't be in... And, you know, flippers cannot be in Pyramid Fairy because the Fire Rod is locked behind the flippers. And that means the flippers have to be in Misery Mire or on the pedestal.
So... Okay. Yeah, and Vex knows that he's going to Mire.
Yeah, Flip is going to get this crystal on this one trip here.
Now this is where Vex could potentially save some time, depending on the layout of TR. You could potentially save a little bit of time. I mean, there's questions about Mire, like, what chest are the flippers in? Are you gonna... Or do you, like... There's still a lot of ways that Mire can go. Like, if you decide... If an item's in the cutscene chest, if you just want to go straight for the ped, if... You know, what are you going to do? Like, if you get an early big key, do you rush Vidi? There is so much to decide here now.
Yeah, and you might be inclined to just clear out the dungeon, but at the same time, if Vidi doesn't have the item, then you're going to have to come back in and go through this again. And we missed a Popo down here. Oof, this one getting away is never a fun time. It's just, you can just get pulled away by something like the powder or the boots or the book even could be bad here for, you know, either runner looking for one thing. Of course, if Flip finds it, he knows it's not something that he needs to chase unless you just kind of forget where you got the Fire Rod.
I want to put up another prediction, but I don't know. Depending on timing, it might be too late for that. So if Flippy isn't paying attention, he knows at this point that he's not going to find flippers in here. He's just clearing this.
Yeah, he's going to clear because he can, because after that point where the Fire Rod blocks the big key and a small key on right side, this dungeon can no longer have flippers as progression. You might end up full clearing Mire anyway, because that's 2 keys in the front right. Between the bridge chest and the spike chest. So if you get a key over here on the left, you know the big key is, and you can just grab 1 or 2 items on the right before going to Vidi. Depending on how you prefer to route this dungeon, too. I mean, sometimes Meyer key logic is fun, and sometimes Meyer key logic is not fun.
Oh, there's the big key, which is kind of bad. You'd almost want the big key to be in cutscene in this scenario.
You'd rather get an item followed by running left, getting the key, going to cutscene, and getting 2 items on right, knowing there's a dungeon item on Vitreous. But if you don't get flippers at that point, then you're going to Vidi anyway, aren't you?
Yeah. There's item 1.
Oh no. And we are going for cutscene, because it is... At this point, it's either the second item or a dungeon item. It cannot be anything else.
Flippy'll skip him in McCabe, he's aware of the logic.
Yeah, he's gonna open looking for another key here, and we'll probably see him skip Laser Bridge if there's a key in this Crystal Roller check as well. You know, chat bringing up a pretty interesting thought. Why did we open Lava Chest if we are aware of the logic in here? Looking for boots. Maybe powder, too, is the other thought in chat.
But if you're looking for powder or boots, why not necessarily check the Mimic Cave?
Maybe it's a min-max sort of thing. You don't necessarily need, but it'd be nice to have. But, like, 2 mirror transitions versus... I don't know. Yeah, because we skipped Mimic Cave. Is Mimic Cave too slow? I didn't think Mimic Cave was that slow.
Alright, looking back on Vex's side, has not seen that second item yet. It was not in cutscene chest. So there's time for Flip to gain if he doesn't do cutscene. Alright. Couple chests over here, another key. 50-50 between this chest and Vidi. Let's go to Vidi!
Well, at least Vidi with silvers is, about as free as it gets without Vidi owing you money. We're gonna beat Vidi up for his lunch money anyway. So.
You know, I was talking about this before the seat, but I don't think I'm going to make it to that mystery ladder race after this.
No, I'm also not feeling that. Maybe we should just play cross keys instead, right? Just do, there's another race that's actually going to... I don't know if it's going to get broadcast, but there is an overnight race between Team Hime and the Bomb Squad that I believe was scheduled for 4:10 a.m. Because that is the only time that Orange Koopo and Kermit could actually fit a game together, especially if you've been watching the weather in the southeastern side of the United States. Florida just had another hurricane, so even that time slot was in jeopardy until Hurricane Nicole passed by and downgraded to tropical storm. So if you're anywhere on the southeastern side of the U.S., stay safe and stay out of the rain, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, that's a potential race for our European viewers to potentially commentate if they're awake. I might actually still be awake at that time. I don't know if I'd commentate it, though.
I mean, I'll probably be awake, somehow.
Alright,
We're seeing,
fifth crystal.
It was the Sank hard on Trinex, as his HP started refilling long before that crystal dropped.
Alright, Vex is using silvers on Vidi. Is this progression, or is this nothing? It's nothing!
Oh no! If this is nothing, then you know what it is.
And Flip's gonna go check Zora area because he hasn't been up there yet.
Oh my goodness. Zora before Meyer. You're assuming that you just skipped the flippers somewhere silly, or they're just vanilla. See, he's not even going to Waterfall, because he knows flippers are his go mode.
Where are you? Okay, I think that was just a miss flute.
Yeah, probably. When does Zora ever have anything? You know when Zora's got vanilla flippers. Alright, we have fluted to 3. We are making the walk. Did I have to say anything at all? Been playing coy with this possibility since I noticed it was even a thing.
Thing is, it still may not be what we need for go mode.
What else could we... Oh, no. Don't even say it. You saying we're in 1 of 22 mode?
I wasn't even saying that. I was saying it could be a fetch quest to find it something.
Dude, that's true. That's very true. It could just be, you know, the mushroom on pedestal. Oh, no. Here we go! This could be boots. This could be mushroom. This could be powder. This could be the flippers. What do we got?
It's the flippers.
And it's no mode for our community here at 11931. That means Flip needs to go knock down Misery Meyer, and Vex is fluting to 8, I have to imagine.
And Flip Heel, I think, is going to do all of his overworld stuff before going to Meyer.
Vexter, where are you going?
He's going to Hobo.
He's going to Hobo first. You just all you need is Fire Rod. Why do you do this now? I mean, you just flew away from it back to 8, but still.
Yeah, I mean, he's looking for Fire Rod. The worst thing is for him, though, right now would be if he goes to Swamp first.
Oh, God. Imagine full clearing Swamp when all you need is Fire Rod. And Rule of Fire applies. Cursed Rule of Fire, why though? Why must such a thing have to be so prevalent?
Alright, he's going to Ice.
Somebody said his tracker doesn't say Ice Palace is completable without Fire Rod or so.
This is, even if that's the case, you need to know your logic here.
I don't care whether you code your tracker to say pedestal's never in logic. You gotta know when something's available, right?
Yeah, exactly. So Flip Heel's got to clear out Meyer. We'll see if he does everything that Vex did or not. Once Vex is done in Ice and once Flip is picked up his flippers. Flippers.
Flipper heel. Oh, that's no, that's not okay. Don't let me do that. Yeah, he's gonna go. I would imagine he takes a similar route to what Vexfer did in this dungeon. Means getting this key here. You know, getting the other key over there.
Yeah, I'd say Flip Heel's in the lead at this point. He's got a 2 crystal lead.
Yeah, Flip Heel has a dungeon lead, and that means once he gets his flippers, he gets to just go mode through Swamp, and you know, he's going to combo Skull Woods with the pedestal pull, because he's going to know. Which is really good piece of routing right there.
Here's the Fire Rod pickup for Vex.
Alright, so that is 122.30. Vex is the first of our 2 runners to be physically in go mode. Albeit he is also now a Turtle Rock and an Ice Palace behind.
Well, I think it's more fair to say the Turtle Rock behind.
Right. Where are we going? Are we looking for boots?
Why would you? Or did he hit the switch? He might need a big key.
I don't know if he not hit the switch.
I don't think he hit the switch. He's got to find the big key.
That's reasonable. If you're going to try to full clear this anyway, you do not hit the switch. So if he did not hit the switch, yeah, you got to go big key. So you go this way to rule out big key just being an iced tea, which it is. And yeah, we're just gonna reverse over to Cold Stare. That's perfectly fine. I mean, I've done this. This is reasonable. You grab this key and you just Samaria block the switch downstairs.
Yeah, he knows he doesn't go mode. He's not checking extra chests beyond that. So I say yeah, he's basically a total rock behind because Ice and Maya will probably basically cancel each other out right now. Unless Flipheel goes for cutscene chest, which I think he is.
Yeah, he's going to do everything that isn't Viddy hoping for the item. And this cutscene, again, is a 50-50 because you can't have a key because the logic expects you to have 3 keys to go to it. Yeah, it's... I'm still going to say it's advantage Flipeel because he's going to route Skullwoods with Pedestal and just be able to go full clear... Not full clear, I guess route through Swamp is what I should say.
Yeah, I do agree Flipeel is probably still in the lead here. But I think it's close enough that it's in GT territory.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That is Vextifer's 4th crystal. He has Swamp, Skullwoods, and TR to do. Going for Swamp first.
I mean, you're in go mode. It's reasonable to just get the Swamp out of the way here. Boots and Swamp would be hype. I like that idea, actually. Getting the item that allows you to just kind of cut a little time out from everything else that you're doing.
Boots and Swamp, yeah, that'd be interesting. I might give Vextifer a little time back.
The Flip is going ahead and employing some spooky action here to make the rest of this mire a little painless. Here's that Swamp Dive for Vextifer. See if he even bothers to bomb this front wall or just goes straight for it. I feel like it goes straight through here. Yeah, this is the faster way to go about things. And Flip has picked up his last pendant, so we already know what time it is for him.
About 126.53. Maybe that wasn't the best joke.
Oh, I mean, I've got 11:44, but that's just me. It could be a little earlier or later, depending on your time zone.
So we do know there's nothing else in Skullwoods. We've already seen both items. Ways to look, and I think Flip's gonna finish Skullwoods about the same time that well, never mind. Actually, we still have Argus. Argus will take a while.
The Argus fight, whether you're doing the good old hammer menu boss, here's your mushroom, by the way, or you want to drain some silvers into him.
Yeah, Which strategy will Vex employ? The silver strategy or the menu hammer strategy?
Yeah, the biggest risk about doing the menu or the hook to silvers is going one too far and ending up with a mirror instead of a bow. And we're gonna see good old hammer menu boss here from Vextifer. Yeah, those of you joining us here late as we approach the 90-minute mark, this is a pedestal seed. You're going to see why, as well, if you haven't already sussed it out by looking at Flipheel's tracker, you'll see why in just a minute after he dispatches Mothula.
He's got to be a little careful. I don't know this potion situation. Never mind.
Yeah, at that point, when you're getting bullied by spikes, you just pull out the projectile weapon and go to town.
Ooh, Vex is not having the best fight here.
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't matter how many times you try this menu boss. If one thing kind of hiccups on you, then can kind of set you off rhythm for the rest of it. Alright, everybody, here's the moment everybody loves to see in the middle of a race, unless you're the one playing it. This is the last thing you want to have to do when you're this close to just being done, is find your go mode. At 1:30:13, Flipheel has pulled go mode off the pedestal. And he is going to be joining Vextifer and Swamp in just a moment. Rather, they'll probably be high-fiving on their way out.
But yeah, at this point, it's basically a TR lead for Flipheel.
And there's not a lot of time saving that TR either. I think the biggest thing you can have is you steal the Poke Key for the key that would be in Lava Chest anyway.
Yeah, you can steal... The TR is set up in a way you can steal the Poke Key and skip the big chest and you'll be fine. But yeah, Vex heading for Skullwoods, this will be pretty quick. Flipheel still has to handle menu boss.
It's TR and Skullwoods versus a go mode swamp clear. So, especially when you have a Skull Rock just pop up in the worst place like that.
I'd say Flipheel's probably 2 to 3 minutes ahead.
Still plenty of time for GT to just throw a wrench in everything and be like, haha, go get the boots, silly.
That is a possibility.
Because there's also plenty of time for GT to just be like, hi, you don't have a sword? I'm suddenly the hardest dungeon in the entire game. Have fun.
I mean, I always want to say, you know, the C's been mean enough, so it's done being mean, right?
Yeah, just put the big key on the right side of Hope Room and call it good, right?
Yeah.
Still a little early to be talking about where the big key can be, but give it a minute. We'll get there. We're kind of a little bit scant of HP here. We did see him get the nice duplication of a heart, so that helps out a little bit. But 5 HP going in. We have a couple more hearts you can pick up along the way, and he still has potions, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, this is boots insurance now when you start picking up anything on your critical path. You don't want to get caught in that situation where GT turns you away because you don't have the boots.
Crystal 6 for Vextifer. It's gonna mirror. So you're gonna go pick up a potion and go straight to TR. Straight to TR.
Yeah, I would probably do this in this situation too. Even if he's got a blue from the waterfall fairy, so he's fine.
He's not gonna pick up the bug net.
You have a mushroom, so if worst comes to worst... Oh, we're seeing silvers from Flip Heal, by the way. This is so smooth, I love it.
Yeah, he's doing this very nice. He's gonna have a much quicker fight than Vex.
It's done. Just like that. Flip Heal has picked up his 7th crystal and his 10th overall dungeon prize. On the seat has required us to do almost everything. And you know what time it is.
Time to reclimb the mountain.
Time to reclimb the mountain and be like, can I please be done climbing? Oh, what do you mean I've got the 7th floor tower to climb? What do you mean I've got to climb down to the basement and find a key first? Hey, if you want to guess where the big key to Ganon's tower is, leave a number in chat.
Or make a prediction with your channel points.
Why not both? Both
you can do both, yep. And yes, there we have the torch predictions coming in.
Torch is 3, right?
Depends on which way you go. Interesting prediction by PRD Wong. Error claiming bonus.
I mean 23. If big key locks itself, game over.
I think so.
Oh, okay. Just EG Daga, that's fine. That was a team name.
I think you're right, yeah.
Wrong tournament. The Summer No Logic tournament was weeks ago, right? It's no longer summer. It's November! It can't be summer or November.
We're less than 2 weeks from the U.S. Thanksgiving. I have to qualify U.S. Thanksgiving because we have many from Canada and other countries.
And not all countries celebrate Thanksgiving.
That is also true.
Some countries don't even know what Thanksgiving is. Alright, there is the tower yawning open for Flip Heal.
Yeah, we do have that small chance, but we're not going to know right away because Flip Heal is starting right.
Let's see. Do we have a key in the place you'd like to see a key in Hope Room? Not on the right side. Not on the left side. Okay. And no small key either is the key thing here. Key thing. Oh, very funny.
Mm-hmm. And they're safe.
Yeah, that is a confirmed go mode for Flip Heal, and also for Vexfer once he actually goes in that direction. So, all these checks that we've skipped, Mimic Cave and Left Side Swamp, and basically anything in Swamp for that matter, and, you know, it's all for naught. We are probably not going to see the boots on this seed.
I was waiting for them to open the pier in the next chest they open.
Oh my gosh.
It was 3 chests later. Okay.
I don't know who to blame, me for even mentioning it, or you for saying I hope it. I was waiting for it to show up in the next chest because as soon as you finished that thought, it showed up in the next chest.
Yeah.
Why do you even say anything at all? Anyway, we're still looking for the big key to Ganon's tower. Flip has decided to take the boots and run down the left side. Vexifer is going to peek it, Laser Bridge, find a key in the second chest and say, no more, I've had enough. And visit Trinex instead. No, he's looking. What are we looking for now?
Maybe he's looking for boots for protection.
You boots when you have no sword. I don't I wouldn't consider that protection.
Well, protected
you
from
mean,
a
like,
GT Big Key.
Yeah, that's really just close your eyes at night and GT Big Key haunts your dreams.
I think there are many runners who it does. I think that was chest 13 right there.
And still going. I heard a lot of pieces of heart in that room, so HP is definitely not. What's the word I have for this? Not at a premium, I guess.
Vex having a bit of a slow fight here. Unfortunately, the ice head got a ice beam off.
Yeah, the Firehead kind of bopped out of the kind of scripted fight you would normally do against Triax with the hammer, where you get 3 hits in, then 2, and then just quickly swap over to the ice rod for the fire rod for the ice head.
There was the big key in 16.
Yeah, it's kind of deep. So there's a good chance that if Vex does a similar route or does the Stalfos room right route, that we are going to see that be a little bit deeper for him.
Yeah, at this point we're looking at about a 4.5 minute lead for Flip here in GT. Yeah, this is Flip Heel's race at this point. Quick reminder where these runners are. Like, don't forget to check us as 4 and 5. Rando Toddlers at 3 and 6. Rando Toddlers will be in pretty rough shape for making the playoffs if things hold up. Whereas don't forget to track us will move into sole possession of. Oh, he was thinking about Bugnet, but he can't. You have to re-walk around if you grab Bugnet. But yeah, don't forget to track us will move into sole possession of 4th place if they take this one as it stands. So.
I know, I know you
can't...
don't, Vexifer, no. Vex? No. It's taunting you. You can't even think about this right now. Oh, you know what? This is Swordless talking. You are not, if you're not comfortable with the Hammer Aga fight, then you really, really, really want that Bugnet. Especially if you think you're going to find boots, because you just Bugnet dash all the attacks, and acts similar to having a sword. In this situation, oh boy, it's just the accidental block toss putting you into old man speed when you go to dash after it. That's not something you see even by accident all the time, and Flip Heel just managed to do that for us.
Yeah, I think Vex just forgot that the Bugnet was there when he reclimbed. And yeah, there was no way he could grab that. He'd have to climb Death Mountain again if he went for it.
Yeah, unfortunately, Vex is going to do the left Stalfos room checks first, which means he might actually be headed to...
No, he did Hope Room first.
He did Hope Room first? So he's probably... yeah, we're going to keep going. Yeah, he's going to follow the footsteps of Flip Heel. He's going to follow his own footsteps.
Flip Heel needs a key. He's going to open chests, which... kind of surprising at this point, because... I really don't know what else you'd want.
I mean... yeah, I'm with you on this one, JP. What could you want at this point? Red mail is really the only thing. Vortex, we've already seen where the other shield is. Powder for literally that room. potion. Maybe he is hoping to just luck into a bottle that has something. This isn't a very comfortable Ganon fight right now for not having a sword with the 7.5 blue. Look at your powder, everybody, since you're calling for it so loud. See, what you do here is you drop down, right? You powder a bubble. You either take the fairy safety with the bug net that you have that your opponent doesn't, or you just take the heal. And then you climb back up, ignore Moldorm, and hook over because you've already opened the chest.
Yeah, you technically could do that. You could drop... If you're that desperate for health, you could do that.
If you're that worried about it, isn't that what you would do?
Yeah.
I think Flip's probably going to be just fine here. We are seeing bug net strats on Aga 2.
Dash bug net strats even.
Almost a little bit of everything. We're getting standstill dashes. We're getting, in place, dash keeps, I guess, like you do sword pokes.
That was a setup.
It's kind of an unfortunate situation now with Aga not playing nice with those blue balls and being at 3 hearts. There we go. He's just aiming for that last shot to happen to us here.
Well, Vex is a GT climb behind as he starts his climb. However, Flip Heal is just a Ganon fight. He is down to 3 hearts. He's going to take a potion before he goes in.
Yeah, this is probably... you could either keep the potion, or if you really care about speed, you don't even risk the death and you just go straight into Ganon fight.
I'm sorry. Flip, I think, was trying to go vanilla strats there, so he pulled out the hook shot and then tried to hook Ganon.
For those of you not familiar with the swordless Ganon fight, since you don't have a sword, the hammer will be a weapon that Ganon is now vulnerable to. It will deal equal to the tempered sword swing of damage. So that is 12 hits on phase 1, 12 hits on phase 2, 4 hits on phase 3, as always. And if you're doing silverless shots with the hammer, good luck. Those are really, really precise, and it's 24 of those, as it would be 24 tempered sword swings, as opposed to spins. But 4 silvers, as always. Just gotta hammer him first.
Hey, Jeff brings up a good point for Mike here. It might have been to get hook speed to get better hammer range, which I think is a possibility. But flips into phase 4. Just needs to get those 4 silvers in.
Pretty good start right there with the fire bat coming out in a weird angle, and you get the torch glitch to help you out. Normally you don't need the torch glitch, but it helps out with your timing when you're wielding the hammer instead. Yeah, this is a done deal for Flip Heal. Let's see some GGs ready. All right, everybody, the playoff race in the Misery Mire division is heating up, as Don't Forget to Track Us takes this win tonight, Flip Hill finishing first with a time of 1:47.19.
And Vexford did forfeit shortly after. He did confirm in chat that he is not going to join us for an interview.
And with that stated, we are going to say hello and a GG to Flip Heel here in chat. GG, Flip Heel.
GG.
And a GG to Vextifer not finishing this one out. And if I read race time correctly, he is probably already in the bed zone, which, well deserved. It was a well-run race by both of you guys, and it is late. So you want to talk about this one real quick with us?
Yeah, I don't even know where to start.
Well, we could start with the hard last located glove, I think.
Oh, well, that's not true. I still had I still had what's his name?
Is it
Sick
the
kid.
lazy kid? We don't
Yeah.
talk about the lazy kid.
Yeah, I mean, how is with how unless you split South Shore, like how can you not? I don't know. Did Vex split South Shore? Did he have that earlier? Or
He absolutely did.
oh, okay. So he definitely was off to a better start. Yeah. So that was like whatever. You know, obviously kind of sucked, but I liked my heads up play to go to Thieves because the only logical things I had were after that it was like what Catfish, Pyramid Ledge, and Pod. So I felt good about the early mitts. Then not getting the flute right away felt rough, but it was a tough decision. I was like, I kind of want to go to Pod, but if I take the Smith, I'm not going to go to Pod. So, and then I don't know. From there, yeah, I figured I had the sequence break them out, and then that told me where the flute was, and then obviously there was something important behind it. So it was like, all right, let's just get the flute. And then, you know, I got the bow and I felt good, but then, you know, did one or two extra one-offs before going to commit to the ped play, but that was also because I wasn't sure if Vex might have had the mirror earlier, but he said he stayed in logic, so.
Yeah, Vex even went and gave us the front check of TR on his way through, which that's how we knew our progression had to be either in Mire or in Desert, which the game kind of just strung us along this long series of linear checks to push us in the direction that you kind of don't want to go if you follow the ABCD principle.
Yeah, and then that was super weird. Like, the early Skullwoods was required to get your fire rod. So then, when I was bow and flippers from go, there's no real need to ever go back. So, also both items were found. That did tell me a lot. And then, I also heard he had a lot of mirroring. Like, what minus was he like ahead at one point, even with the mirror? Like, because he said he started.
Yeah, he had one mirror mishap that probably you could look to as being kind of an oof. Is the muscle memory for full clearing in Eastern that you don't need to clear is, you know, you get the big key chest and you just mirror out. Except that he needed to clear Eastern and he accidentally reflex mirrored anyway, so he had to go all the way back to Armas Knights from the front. Which, I mean, I will gladly give you $1 if you can prove that you've never done that racing this game. Like, you've mirrored out of the back of some dungeon at some point, and you probably hate that you've done it.
Seriously, also, and you know, thanks for boots at the very end of the game. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, game.
Yeah,
so,
even at the end, just like when I only had, I think it was just Ped and Graveyard Ledge. I was just like, it's probably Ped, but it's still, you just see the flippers and you're just like, oh. Especially after you already got the one thing off Green Pendant.
yeah, but Green Pendant says, oh, here, go clear these now. And then it's like, just kidding, go get the other one.
Yeah, I mean, this game was kind of back and forth. I think Vex had the early lead just because that early glove find, he was kind of heading in the checks for a while, it seemed like logically. But then, yeah, he kind of just got funneled into the same path, and I think you just slowly pulled ahead there.
I think things really got more interesting when you decided to go into Ice Palace and pulled the Fire Rod.
Yeah, that was probably, I'd say, the turning point of the seed when you sequence broke Ice Palace.
Yeah, you know what they say, right? Fire lock fire, but even then is like, I went up the mountain, like, I was like, all right, flippers probably aren't in TR, but we probably should do it anyway for the low chance, and then just kind of worked out from there, I guess.
Yeah, what it really led into is that when the Fire Rod itself doesn't give you as much on its own. Obviously, you need it to clear Skullwoods, you need it to clear TR. You're not double dipping TR in that situation, which is nice. But it's really the cleaner routing that it allowed once you were able to ascertain that it's pedestal you're really after for your go-boat flippers.
Yeah, and then like I said, the end was pretty straightforward. I was like, you know what, maybe in the off chance flippers are vanilla, should check it. And then Bombo's tablet, I was like, if it's right there, it'll work out. And then after that, I was like, all right, that's enough time to finally just commit to Meyer. Maybe we should have just hard committed, but it's whatever.
Yeah, well, that is Rando. Sometimes you make the commitment that gives you the win. Sometimes you overcommit and you end up not finding the one thing you're looking for. And sometimes it's just like, okay, well, do everything. This seed felt like the third of those. The only thing you didn't really have to touch was Castle Tower. And that being the case, yeah. Sometimes it just works out that way. But yeah, you'll take this win going forward, stay in the playoff race in the Misery Mire division. Rando Toddlers will sit at 9 points. Not quite relegation, but quite a bit of work and a little bit of help might be needed to hit the top 4 there.
Yeah, this week, well, you know, the 3 of them are buddies of mine, so, you know, it's like, doesn't feel great racing your buddies, but at the same hand, it does feel good to be closer to potential playoffs, because I don't know, some of my buddies have like almost always made playoffs, so like I'm low-key really trying to get playoffs this season, but if it doesn't happen, it's whatever. But you know, making it a little bit easier after securing this win, you know, always feels great.
Yeah, who are you up against next week?
That's spicy. Pagog. I believe Will and Humbug are racing. And my teammates will be racing as well.
Oh yeah, that's your 3rd place team in your division. So yeah, there's going to be a fight for not necessarily playoff spot yet, but definitely positioning. Like, both of you want to try to go 2-0 just to put yourself in a great position for playoffs, but you at least you want to avoid 0-2, because 0-2 could put you in a pretty bad spot going into week 7.
Yeah, I'll be happy if we split with that team. That's for sure. So.
Yeah, and Rando Toddlers, they've got 2 Pearl 2 Furious coming up for the Sudabu's Cross Keys week that we will be broadcasting after this weekend on the SpeedGaming networks for invitational matches. There's also the ALTTPR League 1 through 4, showcasing the Open League, where we'll be seeing some of the up-and-coming younger players and some of the talent that, you know, there's just not enough room up here for all the talent the community has to showcase. They'll be playing those games over there as available.
Yeah, I think we probably should wind down for the night so you can get some rest. Yeah, thanks for the game, GG again. And
yeah, thanks for the comms, the restream, the tracking. It's always fun, and good luck to everyone going forward.
Yeah, GG's again. Make sure you give these 2 runners, Fliptail and Vextifer, a follow with those Twitch links in chat. Follow their teams too, and any other teams you might be seeing broadcast as we go through the latter half of this season 5 here. And also big shout outs and the thank you to our tracker tonight. Ike, you're pressing the buttons and keeping us honest, it almost feels like 3 eyes on the seat. It's at all points with how much information he can give us.
And looking ahead on the schedule, if you're going to be up in a couple hours, we do have another race on the schedule late tonight / early tomorrow at 4 a.m. Eastern. Bomb Squad versus Team Hime. Orange and Kermit will be playing. And that'll lead into a busy Saturday.
Yeah, lots of action in the Invitational League. I am counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games just in Invitational this Saturday, and then a couple more on Sunday. Not to mention how many Open League games you might have just dotted around. So grab a friend or a loved one and sit down and enjoy some rando.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, thanks to Runners. Thanks for joining here, Zeruvian, and yeah, we'll see you all next time.